Hey Patrick, hope all is well. I listened to your video about tonguing. Here's the deal. You are not, and it sounds like, I mean, I've gotten good at hearing this over the years, so you're definitely not tonguing clearly enough on the tip of the reed or just under the tip of the reed, and your drawing confirms that. You know, you can feel your bottom lip with your tongue, and you should feel more reed for sure. So you're actually, I think you're actually tonguing against the bottom lip, and that's creating sort of an attack, and it's kind of a muffled attack. Even the very first exercise, which was all legato, for you, it's, you know, sounded like that kind of thing. The first note was like moi. It's kind of fuzzy. It wasn't really precise, and then it was only confirmed later on when we got down to the staccato and the mixed articulation exercise. So what you need to do is to, I'm going to play a little bit, and then I'll sort of describe to you what you need to sort of listen for and what to avoid. Okay, so you're listening for the attack, the precise attack on every single note. You need to be able to just ta with your tongue against the reed. And then you need to be able to mix it up a little bit, different kinds of attacks, harder, softer, but all the same sort of approach. Now my tongue does kind of flatten out, just like when you speak words. Your tongue does all kinds of weird things. You don't think about it, but it's true. It's starting in and out, moving around, and I'll actually find myself tonguing on the side of the reed sometimes. Not recommended, but it's how I replicate the things I hear, you know, on, you know, like bebop licks like Charlie Parker. Okay, so here's just standard slurring. No tongue whatsoever except for the very first note, and you want it to be as clear as possible. Ta. So hopefully you heard the ta. So my tongue basically starts on the reed. I get all the air ready, and then I pull my tongue gently away in this case, and ta happens. And you have to be able to time that. So when the conductor points to you and goes ta, you can go ta and not fa or something like that. Okay, so I'll play the same little exercise with just standard tonguing that I would consider standard attacking, every single note. And that is a softer tongue for me. It's not so ta, more like da 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 da, because I want it to be connected. And that's how I play a lot normally. You know, just generally pick up the horn and play. I'm tonguing the beginning of the notes with that sort of da 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 attack. Again, it's still precise, even though it's softer. Then what I want to do is tongue a sharp ta attack and stop the note with my tongue and air. And literally ta 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 ta. I have the air ready. I'm just letting a little bit of air out and stopping that air, stopping with my tongue. The air sort of stays there, ta 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 ta. Getting, you know, ready to go into the horn by releasing my tongue and then putting my tongue back on to create some space. You can get as obnoxious as you want with that. You can also sort of be a little, we call this legato tonguing, or sostenuto is another word. Is that the right note? Tenuto, I can't remember. Anyway, it's like a little triangle mark. We use that in jazz too, slightly accented with a little space between. A bop, quarter note is what it is in jazz. Bop, bop, bop. You can even go faster. Some sort of starting a note, but in between the notes there's like a little bit of a space. You can do that with a combination of controlling your breath and with your tongue. So the way to get after all this is to really consciously, first of all, work on your attack, ta, and the next part is to really, you know, on purpose, by design, practice articulations, slurring, staccato, basic tonguings once you get that down, and then applying that in your everyday playing the way you hear it. So this is the last exercise, the bebop one. is lightly tonguing the first note, putting a swing eighth note feel in there, a bebop, a jazz feel, and slurring to the downbeat. Ta, 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 ta. And that's generally the way most jazz saxophone players play all the time, except when they're playing bossa novas or Latin styles or a ballad. Most often those are just straight eighth notes. But when we need to swing eighth notes, it's more of a, not necessarily a rhythm thing, but an articulation thing. At least the way I feel it, it's both equal. Because sometimes you'll hear people do the swing, but they're slurring everything, and it kind of sounds funny. Hokey would be a good word. It sounds old-fashioned-y. And then you hear them do the swing with all tonguing, and it just doesn't sound right either. It sounds like a polka. So you have to be able to do both. Okay, 6 minutes. I've gone too long. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.